Perhaps you've heard the stories of the golden years, of travel, of freedom. But there's a truth no one truly prepares us for. As we grow older, life is no longer about accumulation. It becomes a series of releases. In recent years, what have you lost? Your health. Your career. Your physical strength. Or, most painfully of all, the people you love. We often think of loss as a failure, something to fight against. But aging teaches us a profound lesson: loss is not the exception, it is the essence of life itself. Today, we won't talk about overcoming pain. We'll talk about living with it, about turning the empty spaces in our lives into new ground for wisdom and deep comfort. Stay with us as we explore the power of acceptance, and how to find beauty even within our greatest losses. In Western culture, we're taught to fix everything. If there's a problem, find a solution. But loss, especially the loss of those we love, is not something that can be fixed. And that is where the tension of aging begins. Our resistance to loss is like trying to stop a river with bare hands. It's not only futile, it's exhausting. We try to hold on to memories, to recreate what's gone, or to deny change altogether. But aging comes as a gentle yet firm teacher, placing a hand on our shoulder and whispering, "Let go." Our goal is not to become numb to pain, but to learn how to receive it with compassion. We will explore how loss, no matter how painful, becomes the raw material from which the wisdom and resilience of age are formed. Loss does not appear only in the form of death. It wears many faces, and recognizing them is the first step toward finding comfort. The loss of identity. When we retire, or when our bodies no longer respond as they once did, we lose an important part of ourselves, the identity built on doing. Who am I if I am no longer the CEO? Who am I if I can no longer run marathons? This kind of loss can lead to a spiritual crisis, a struggle between who I once was and who I am now. The comfort and wisdom here. Aging teaches us that your true identity is not a title or a physical ability. It is your unchanging essence, your kindness, perseverance, and the love you give. As the outer layers fall away, you are given the chance to discover a truer, more eternal self. The loss of physical strength and ability. This is the loss that visits us daily. Sometimes, we feel betrayed by our own bodies, the persistent aches, the limits in movement, the fading of our senses. We often become angry and resist this reality. The lesson of aging. Instead of lamenting what your body can no longer do, learn to honor what it still can. Physical loss invites a new kind of awareness. We are forced to slow down, to listen to our bodies. This slowing is not a punishment, it is a gift, one that asks us to live fully in the present moment. Accepting our physical limitations is an act of courage. It allows us to find joy in the small, simple things, the quiet morning light, the breath that still moves gently in and out, the heartbeat that continues its steady rhythm of life. We've looked at the many faces of loss. But the greater question remains, how do we live with those empty spaces, without being swallowed by them? The answer lies in acceptance. Acceptance is not surrender. In Western culture, acceptance is often misunderstood as weakness, as giving up or not caring. Nothing could be further from the truth. Acceptance is the strongest act of courage. It is to look directly into the pain, into the emptiness, and say, "This has happened. This is true. And I will carry this truth forward, with love." Acceptance does not require you to like your loss. It only asks you to stop fighting against it. When you stop struggling, the energy once spent on resistance is freed, and that energy can now be used for healing. Loss as a teacher. Loss is the greatest teacher of priorities. When we face the finiteness of life, our own, or that of those we love, we begin to see what truly matters. Not the small arguments. Not the unrealistic expectations. But presence, gratitude, and unconditional love. Aging teaches us that loss strips away what is unnecessary, forcing us to focus on what is essential and meaningful. With every loss, the soul grows lighter, because each time, we let go of one more illusion, the illusion that things will last forever. From pain to legacy. Acceptance not only helps us heal, it allows us to transform our pain into a living legacy. We can transform loss by acting through love, doing the things our loved ones cherished. Sharing wisdom, using the resilience and compassion we've learned to comfort others. Creating new purpose, offering our time or resources to help those walking through similar loss. The greatest comfort. To live on with acceptance is the highest way to honor what has been lost. By accepting our losses, we not only save ourselves, we become a beacon of hope for those who follow. Acceptance is the key that opens the door to wisdom and lightness, allowing us to find beauty and purpose, even within the hollow spaces of loss. We've journeyed together through one of the deepest lessons that aging brings. Loss is an inevitable part of life, but its pain does not have to become a prison. Each of us, at this stage of life, carries within us a library of stories about loss. But true wisdom lies in how we choose to read those stories. Not with regret, but with gratitude for what once was. The maturity of the soul. Look within yourself. After everything you've been through, you are no longer fragile or unformed. Your losses did not destroy you, they expanded your heart. Flexibility. You've learned the gentle resilience of the spirit, the ability to bend without breaking. Compassion. You now hold a deeper compassion for the pain of others, because you have known it yourself. Depth. Your life carries a richness and depth that the young cannot yet comprehend. This is the gift of aging. Loss becomes the catalyst that transforms life experience into wisdom. Living with open hands. Remember the image of the clenched hand from the beginning of this reflection. A closed hand is a hand of fear, a hand that tries to hold on. An open hand is the hand of acceptance. It is ready to receive the small joys of the present moment. And just as ready to release what needs to go. When you let go of the fear of loss, you become free, free to love more fully, to live more completely, right now. Because you've come to understand. The value of something lies not in its permanence, but in the beauty of the moment it exists. A final comfort. You have survived. You have grown. And you now hold the greatest lesson life has to offer. Loss is not a curse, it is an essential part of love and growth. Carry this acceptance with you today. Bring comfort to yourself and to those around you through the wisdom you have earned, wisdom born of loss. Thank you for sharing this moment of reflection. If you found healing or encouragement here, please share this message with those you love. And don't forget to subscribe for more reflections on wisdom, acceptance, and the grace of growing older. May your day be filled with peace, gentleness, and acceptance.